Good morning, grade 10s, Suzuki Science. So here we are about to begin our first try at this COVID modified schedule. So it's confusing, and I know I've received a couple of emails already about where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do. So I want to help to direct you. Cohort A, I'm going to see you tomorrow in class. Okay? I'm going to see you from 8:35 until 11:05, I believe is the timing. That's for 2.5 hours. Cohort B, my grade 10s, I will not see you until Thursday on a normal week. Everybody who's in cohort A, you will be in school on Monday and Tuesday. Everybody who's in cohort B, you'll be in school on Thursday and Friday. So tomorrow I will see cohort A, the first half, the group of the students I saw on Thursday. I'll see you on Monday. And the group that was here on Friday that had Miss Hemraj, and I came in for like the last 5 minutes, I will always see you on Thursday. But this is a weird week, right? Wednesdays is that odd day. So this Wednesday, it so happens that I'm going to see the cohort B. Okay? So grade 10s, I will see my cohort A on Monday of this week, and that's it for in-class instruction. For cohort B, I'm actually going to see you 2 times this week. I'm going to see you Wednesday, and I'm going to see you Thursday. So that's not the usual, but that's something that's happening this week. On Tuesday afternoon, from 1:20 until 2:35, I will see both cohort A and cohort B, all of you together, and we'll be running a class, but you will be at home. That will be digital. Okay? So tomorrow, on Tuesday afternoon, from 1:20 to 2:35, we're all together as a single class online, and I'll be running you through a lesson together. Monday morning, I'll see cohort A. Wednesday and Thursday morning, I'll see face-to-face cohort B. Okay? I will give further instructions as to what the learning is going to look like. Now, if you go into the Google Classroom, which you all received an alert for, assuming that you're checking your Google email, let me go to the Google Classroom so we can look at it together. One of the first things that you'll see here is the stream. If you click on this tab here at the top, classwork, you'll see that I organize the things so it's a little bit easier to follow. So general, entering the course and what to do, chem lesson, week 1, lesson 1, chem lesson 2 to 4. So what does all that mean? Well, if I go here, entering the course, what to do, you'll see some instructions, okay? And with those instructions, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 attachments. If I click on the very first one that says Welcome to Grade 10, I already have it open, so I'm just going to open it from my computer. Oh, no, I don't. Welcome to Grade 10. You'll see some instructions on how to join the Google Classroom, which you've already done, so you can skip that. How to register for Explore Learning Gizmos, because we'll be using that right from the beginning. It's a simulation site. How to access the textbook and download it to your computer. How to access some other resources that we'll be using on a weekly basis. There's quite a few other things, but these are the most important things initially. Okay. You'll also see this thing here. It's called Chem Week 1 Frame. And when you open that up, this is the first lesson for week 1. Whether or not you're face-to-face with me on Monday morning, or I'm going to see you Tuesday afternoon, which is everybody. Okay? So Monday morning, I'm going to see cohort A, and I'm going to work through this. So you don't really need to look at that ahead of time. However, Monday morning, cohort B, you're doing your own learning, independent learning without me. So I don't expect you this week anyway to learn the material without me. You'll be doing something else. So class, that's us together, cohort A. And this where it says distance, that will be, in this case, cohort B, Monday morning. So Monday morning, cohort B, you will be looking at the right column here. You'll see there's a Padlet. You'll click on this link. You'll go to the Padlet. See if I have it open. I don't have it open. On this Padlet, I'm asking you to share some experience, adventure, anecdote, something you've done this summer, and include a picture and give us some description. Okay? So that Padlet, I've shared with you the fact that I do a lot of nature walking. Every single week we did nature walking, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. That was our big thing this summer. So you'll share something that you've done. Okay? And then you're going to complete the initial essay, which you'll see that was linked inside here. Initial essay rubric, so you know how you're being assessed. And then it says review. So in a normal year, I'd spend some time doing chemistry review from grade 9. This is not a normal year. We have less time face-to-face. So you'll be going through and over the grade 9 review. Grade 10 chemistry starts exactly where grade 9 left off. So a little bit of overlap. So you could take some time to go over the review lessons. You'll notice I've called it lesson 1, part 1, lesson 1, part 2, and grade 9 review resources. So when I go to the site here, under General, Chem Lesson 1, you'll see Part 1 and Part 2. Okay? So that's everyone who's doing this online tomorrow that you're not with me. So that's Cohort B. You're doing this side here. Cohort A, you don't need to, like I said, worry about it because I'm going to talk you through what we're doing for 2.5 hours tomorrow. Then on Tuesday afternoon, we'll be doing a greenhouse gas lab together. Some of Cohort A will be doing it with me in class, but altogether we'll be doing something related to the scientific method. Then on Wednesday, I will see Cohort B, which is unusual. It's an unusual week. It's normally just Thursdays, but this week I see Wednesday and Thursday. So on Wednesday, I will see Cohort B. And I will run you through the class stuff. And Cohort A, when you're at home, you'll be then doing the distance stuff. Get it? So it's kind of a flip. Thursday, I will see Cohort B again. And at that point, I don't think I need to explain anything. Then on Friday afternoon, I'll be seeing you all together as a class from 1:20 to 2:35. At that point, I'll be introducing you to the culminating task, and we'll talk more about that. So that should give you an idea of what this class is going to look like. So you'll notice I'm using the Google Classroom to drive the lessons, right? So we have Chem Lesson 2 through 4. So basically we're doing typically 3 or 4 lessons a week, kind of combined over the span of the week. And I will then teach the things that are complicated and give you lots of time to practice and make sure that you have an opportunity to ask questions. I also am using D2L. So D2L, I'm using both environments. So if you go to D2L, log in through BYOD and go to D2L Brightspace, you'll see our class. Now, D2L, I believe, is a little bit funky at the moment. It's not working the way it should. But if it is working properly, you'll see a tile that says SNC 2DOA. Some of you are actually in a slightly different section because of the sports specialty that you're in. I've entered you into my class manually, but there's a very good possibility that the system will boot you out. If that happens, let me know. Inside the D2L space, you're going to see a calendar. I'm going to use this calendar. It's not populated at the moment, but I'm going to use this calendar to kind of organize what we're doing on a week-by-week basis so you can look at it. And I'll also be doing the quizzes from in here as well, along with some other things. So you can come on here and click on content, and you'll see a lot of resources that are not in the Google Classroom yet. I will populate the Google Classroom. But as you work through here, you'll have an opportunity to use either environment. It's probably easier to use Google Classroom at the moment, but I will be using both. They have very specific purposes. All right? So hopefully, after that 10-minute talk, you have some idea of what you're doing, where you're going. It's going to be confusing for the first little while, and that's okay. We're not going to penalize you because you can't figure out where you're supposed to go, at least for the first week, because we'll guide you. And a lot of us are confused as well. This is something we've never done before. Okay? All right, so I look forward to seeing you online, hearing about your stories, watching you guys work through the chemistry review from grade 9, and doing some new learning. We are doing a lab next week. So hopefully that will be something that you enjoy.